Hi, precious family. Today is the 26th of May, and I'm here to share a vision from the 7th of May. I was reminded about this again this morning, so the time is now. On this particular night, I was praying, I was wide awake, and I saw a vision of a bundle. And just so that you can get an understanding of what I saw, I've made one up similar shape and size to what I saw. It was a large bundle of cloth and it was tied together and it was on the floor, and as I looked at it I saw it shake, and I knew the Lord was pointing out that I needed to be very conscious of this vision and not to let it pass by. Then, brothers and sisters, I heard two sentences. The first one was, I'll get you to place it or stick it on my neck. And then I heard another one that seemed to be of a separate reference, and it was the heart of the storm is collapse. Now this may seem very odd to you, and it did to me. I had to think it through, but as I started to think about the bundle, I really had this vague memory that somewhere in the Old Testament the old prophets had written something about a bundle and placing it on your back. So I went and I found it. Now, I found it in Ezekiel 12, and I'm just going to read little portions of the scriptures because otherwise it's too long and you'll lose interest. But for those that are interested, please go and read the whole chapters 12 and 13. So let's start. The Lord spoke to me. Mortal man, he said, you are living among rebellious people. They have they have eyes, but they see nothing. They have ears, but they hear nothing, because they are rebellious. Now, mortal man, pack a bundle just as a refugee would, and start out before nightfall. Let everyone see you leaving and go to another place. Maybe those rebels will notice you. And down to verse 6 it says, let them watch you putting your pack on your shoulder and going out to the dark with your eyes covered, so that you can't see where you're going. What you do will be a warning to the Israelites. So everyone, the story of Ezekiel 12 speaks of the prophet Ezekiel seeing the bundle vision and being told to enact, to play out the vision that the Lord was telling him of. He was to build himself a little bundle and place it on his back and leave his home, playing out the fact of what it is like to be in exile, to be moved from your home, from your city and from your land, having to pack your belongings and carry them, and be going to a place where you can't even envisage what it might be. You just walk in misery, as these pictures depict, hoping to find somewhere to settle, somewhere where you might find comfort and happiness. But the Lord was saying to Ezekiel, play this out so that my people will take note, because they are a stubborn generation. They have eyes but they don't see, and ears that don't hear. And he was using it as a warning to the people of Israel. But I think equally it could be a warning to the people of this day who ignore the word of the Lord and who do not acknowledge God as the power, God as salvation. Now, reading on in Ezekiel 12 at verse 15, it says, when I scatter them among the other nations and in the foreign countries, they will know that I am the Lord. I will let a few of them survive the war and the famine and the diseases, so that there among the nations they will realize how disgusting their actions have been and will acknowledge that I am the Lord. So God doesn't take pleasure in causing his people discomfort, of causing them distress, of causing them to go into exile. It's because he wants them to acknowledge that he is the Lord. And further on in verse 26 it said, "Mortal man, the Israelites think that your visions and prophecies are about the distant future. So tell them that I, the sovereign Lord, am saying there will be no more delay. What I have said will be done. I, the sovereign Lord, have spoken." Now the second sentence I saw was, the height of the storm is collapse. And if you read on into chapter 13, I believe I found the references to this statement. This is Ezekiel 13. And I'll just start with the bottom of the page. It says, "The prophets mislead my people." And just going up here now, brothers and sisters, by saying that all is well, all is certainly not well. My people have put up a wall of loose stones, and then the prophets have come and covered it with whitewash. Tell the prophets that their wall is going to fall down. I will send a pouring rain, hailstorms will fall on it, and a strong wind will blow against it. The wall will collapse, and everyone will ask what good the whitewash did. In verse 13 it says, "Now this is what the sovereign Lord says, in my anger I will send a strong wind, pouring rain, and hailstones to destroy the wall. I intend to break down the wall they whitewashed, to shatter it, and to leave the foundation stones bare. It will collapse and kill you all, then everyone will know that I am the Lord." So at the height of the storm is collapse. And brothers and sisters, the very next day I began to pray about this vision and words that I heard, and I was asking, as you can see here, if it was for the people of this day or a message for Israel only. And the word I heard from the Lord is marked in orange there. I heard, "Fall to their death." What did we read in verse 14 of Ezekiel 13? It will collapse and kill you all. Now everyone, when I read this chapter in Ezekiel, it reminded me of a previous vision I had received years ago, actually. And on that particular day, I had seen portions of a white block wall, and they were packaged in clear cellophane packs. And there were quite a number of these packages, maybe 3 or 4. And so there was a section of white block wall in each package. Some of you may remember this because I think I put it together in a video. And the thing that puzzled me when I saw these sections of wall were that in all of them there were blocks missing from the wall itself. And brothers and sisters, I believe this is related to the Ezekiel chapters 12 and 13. And I'll just read another verse or two about the wall. So this is Ezekiel 13 again, but just a little bit earlier on. And if we start at verse 4, it says, "People of Israel, your prophets are as useless as foxes living among the ruins of a city. They don't guard the places where the walls have crumbled, nor do they rebuild the walls. So Israel cannot be defended when war comes on the day of the Lord." Now, isn't that amazing, brothers and sisters, when we see what's happening at the moment in Israel? When the war comes on the day of the Lord. Carrying on, verse 6, "Their visions are false, their predictions are lies. They claim that they are speaking my message, but I have not sent them, yet they expect their words to come true." Just mainly there, verse 5. Once again, they don't guard the places where the walls have crumbled, nor do they rebuild the walls. They cannot be defended when war comes. I believe this is a message for all of us, but also for the people of Israel with what is happening over there at the moment. The Lord is reminding us that at the height of the storm, our walls that we build, that we perhaps are proud of, the little life packages that we have, where we look at our wall and we think, oh, we're strong and we've built a good wall, we can withstand the storm. We don't realize that it's actually full of holes. There are stones that are coming out, and we haven't really paid attention to fixing our walls up. We haven't noticed that our defences are down. We aren't listening to the Lord or seeing what He's telling us. We aren't watching what is happening around the world and the season that we are in. We need to make sure that our walls are strong, that our armour is on, because we are in a time where a storm is brewing. Now, brothers and sisters, I've just written down another word that I heard on the 20th of this month, just a few days ago. And I heard first the bottom line that you can see there, a name meaning the 20th of the second. I have no idea really what that means. I've looked into a few things, but I'm not even going to give you what I found out because I'm not sure. But if any of you feel the Lord is giving you instruction on that particular line, please share with me. I'd love to hear what you have to say. But the one above it was even more serious. The words I heard were hope, destruction, the end. At the moment, the ceasefire in Israel has just quietened things down a bit. But brothers and sisters, I'm not sure if this sentence, hope, destruction, and the end, is related to what's happening in Israel at the moment or not. But the Lord gave us a little bit of a timeline there, and we can just watch over that and see what happens. And just before I finish, everyone, after I heard those two lines of words from the Lord, I was then put through a really unusual experience. I felt the Lord come upon me and my whole body was vibrating. It was the weirdest sensation. I was thinking, what's happening? I thought, is the ground shaking? And it was just like I was being scanned. And it was really odd, brothers and sisters, but the next words I heard from the Lord were, is that your armour? And I believe what he allowed me to feel that vibration so that I understood he was scanning me, checking my armour. And perhaps it wasn't as strong as the Lord would like it to be. He said, is that your armour? I believe what he's saying is the time is ripe for all these things to happen. We need to have our armour on. And Ephesians 6 is a great place to go and read about the armour of God. But this is just a bookmark I had. So just to finish, we'll read this. Put on the full armour of God so that you can take your stand against the devil's schemes. So brothers and sisters, it's a very, very much a warning video, this one. I apologise, it is long. There is a more hopeful part to this particular day. I received these things about, and I want to share that with you too, but it's a whole other video. So bear with me. I'll try and make that too. It will fill you with hope. Brothers and sisters, blessings to you all. Bye for now.